Hello and welcome to what I believe it is, episode 4 of TARDIS TV, where we actually have 4 individual announcements to make, which is quite interesting. Obviously, first things first, we have a telly! Yeah! Well-mounted TARDIS scanner in the sense that it's a screen. It looks a little bit more like Mr. Smith than anything, but hopefully I'll be covering up the logo and stuff at some point and just making it look a little nicer. But yeah, that's the thing. Also, the eagle-eyed viewers out there will have noticed that the room has changed its configuration. The bed is actually behind the camera rather than being where I'm standing now. Obviously, that's not really that important. Today, we're going to talk about a purchase. I bought a load of electronic parts for the TARDIS on eBay for £15, and I'm very pleased with my purchase. So I'm going to show you some of that, bit of it working maybe, just to sort of show you the kind of thing that we're going for. Plus, I am now a member of the TARDIS Builders Forum. Yes, for those who don't know, the TARDIS Builders Forum is just it's a forum. You can see my progress on there. I haven't really put much on it at the current point because, of course, I've not been doing much in the way of TARDIS Builders Forum for a little while since I'm not on there. But of course, if you want to see my stuff, then you can go to Build Diaries. Of course, I'm a console build diary. There's a fly, and there I am. So if anyone wants to find my stuff, I'm called Chaz, and it's the TARDIS console simulator build. Because for those who are new, then for those who don't know, it's a build of a simulator. So there's firmware, software, all that gubbins going on. But obviously, I'm going to stop rambling now, and we're going to go over to the other side of the room, and we're going to talk about my purchase. Whew. Right, let's do that. Yes, I said that I bought something on eBay for £15, and I did. So I bought myself this box, and I bought myself, oh god, that is a bright light. Anyway, I bought myself this box here, full of electronic beauties, I don't know. Mainly buttons. Now, this is the sort of thing I really like. Buttons that are some of them are latching, some of them are momentary, and they're clicky and tactile. But what I really like is because they're from printing machines. They've got these very strange symbols on them, and this one that almost looks like an aperture or a portal or something like that. Very strange. And then we've got these indicator banks, but I've got banks of those, 60 of these in fact. I've got these little displays, 8-second displays, really nice. They came to modules actually, so they came by sending signals in, which is really useful. So it means that I can just send power to it and a little bit of a little signal line, and it'll just count numbers, which is really useful and look really cool on the console. Don't know whether I'm going to use 2 of these, because I've got a few more of these as well. Similar modules, just different design. But these actually work. I've powered these on. I'm going to show you these working today. I've got this marvellous meter, which it's beautiful. So this is going to be on here, maybe on here, as the radiation meter from the Hartnell era. So that means that I'm going to have to take the front panel off and put some new paper in that says radiation and change that about. Then we have this module here, which is quite nice. Also, new news, we have the chicken head caps on the potentiometers. And, of course, we also have, now I've been looking for these, and I got this in the job lot, which is one of the reasons I bought it, counters. Now, there's one counter which allows you to set numbers, and a microcontroller can read that. There's also this one, electromechanical counter, which is triggered by a 9-volt pulse, which is very cool. 1 pulse equals 1 digit, and I'm going to probably put that here as the sort of yearometer. If those of you who will have known, that's my microcontroller from the TARDIS, but it frazzled itself and it stopped working, which was fun. So I have a new one, but I'm not going to fit that until I've completely redone the wiring. But I've got to make all these looms. Each panel needs like 2 of these looms. So it's a lot of cabling, a lot of wiring. So at the moment the TARDIS doesn't run because there is a massive gap inside where the wiring is supposed to plumb into the microcontroller. So, you know. Either way, right now then I'm going to show you some of the interesting and rather quite fun stuff that I bought on the internet. I'm going to show you it just wired in to my bench power supply, just ticking through numbers and things and doing stuff like that. So, yeah. Cool. Let's have a look at that. We're going to start off with this, which is this electromechanical counter unit, which is sort of it's an old German counter unit, single pulse. I've given it 9 volts and it runs, so I'm just going to leave it at 9 volts. I'm not going to see if I can, because there's no specifications of it. I don't know whether it will take anything more than that. I can't just hold the positive down and it will just cycle through the numbers. No, you need to. There's a a sense of control, so you have to sort of give it 1 pulse of electricity. That will change it to by 1 digit. So here we go. Speaking of counters, I've also got this one, but it isn't, as far as I can tell, one that an electronic signal can control. Instead, you input the digits manually. It's sort of an interface. So you can set a number, and depending on what combination you set is the combination of pulses you get from combination of channels that these are active with the common charge. And then if I just give it a bit of power, wait for it to stabilise. There we are. Oh, look at that! So you can see, works fine. And of course I can get my microcontrollers to change this, so when we go to a planet, in the software, when the software takes us to a planet that's high in radiation, the meter will go up, it will go down. It's something that's very useful for that sort of sense of interaction with the real world. So definitely a good find. I believe that's a vacuum fluorescent display there, and because of course there's no pulse connection or anything, but all we can still do things. I can type in numbers, and there we go. Just giving it 4.5 volts at the moment, and it's lit up, so it's all at 0. And there is a control pin as labelled on the bottom in German. I'm going to translate all this stuff on the bottom, and obviously it will just cycle through the numbers. Anyway, thank you for watching TARDIS TV. I hope you enjoyed this. Please stick around for episode 5, and happy time travelling. It's all a bit different, isn't it?